Hello everyone, Dennis Ireza Amara is my name. I do chemistry online tutorials, so feel free to subscribe to this channel. The channel is Amazing Science TV, so feel free to subscribe to the channel and we become amazing. It becomes amazing to us. So feel free also to like and share the videos that I will be uploading, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be getting the notifications of the uploads that I'll be uploading to this channel. So I'm privileged today that I have a guest on this channel. Let him introduce himself.
Wow, I'm very happy today as a guest on Amazing TV. Thank you for hosting me, Eleza Amara Dennis. My name is Ivan Serunjoji. I create content in the subject of biology that is uploaded on the channel called Easy Science International. I ask you to check out my channel. The link will be provided at the end of this video. Click on the subscription button and follow the videos that I'll be uploading on that channel. Also, subscribe to Dennis's channel. It is Amazing Science TV. By hitting the notification bell, you'll be receiving the notifications of all the videos he uploads about chemistry. So, in this video, we are going to be discussing a crucial topic, and that is none other than science anxiety. It is going to be a calm discussion, and we invite you, our viewers, to participate in this discussion by commenting in the comment box. We shall surely respond to those comments there. So, our host is going to introduce this topic to us, to give us what it means, science anxiety, what is it, and all that. You're welcome.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much, my guest of the day. I'm very grateful that you honored my invitation. I'm so grateful. So our topic today is about science anxiety. It's about science anxiety. So from the word anxiety itself, it means emotional feeling of tension, where like they feel some sort of fear in them. So to link it up in chemistry, most students, they usually have the anxiety of chemistry. You find they have a lot of fear due to the previous perceptions they had, maybe whatever they had from their parents. Some other students also feel they get the chemistry anxiety because some of them are not used to chemistry concepts, the chemistry apparatus. They have not been in the lab before. So along the way, they feel timid about the subject. But the subject is simple as it is. So what could you think, my audience, what could you think could be the causes of the anxiety?
Wow.
So,
and actually that is our major gist of the discussion today.
Yeah.
What are the causes of science anxiety? Why do these students have this timid heart in them for science? Like you find them, they fear science so much. I mean, what could be the causes of this science anxiety? And this is our discussion today. So Mr. Ereza, can you please break for us down the first two causes you think of, the major causes of science anxiety?
okay, feel free to join us in the comments. You give out your comments towards this discussion. Feel free to do that. So according to me, the causes of science anxiety and chemistry in specific, we have poor perception and poor attitudes of students towards the chemistry concepts. Then we also have the teacher-centered approaches. Teacher-centered approaches that usually teachers use. They don't include the learners, so the teachers mostly target the cognitive part and they ignore most times the psychomotor, which is the hands-on.
So,
And-
Mr. Eleza, can
yes.
you please throw more light about the poor perception? How can the poor perception of learners towards is it chemistry
Yes.
or science?
Chemistry.
How can they?
Science in general and chemistry in specific.
How can it bring out that fear in them? Because I can have a poor perception that maybe science is easy, so yet to
Yeah.
some people it is hard.
Okay.
So how does the poor perception come in here?
So poor perception is negative attitude.
Okay.
Poor perception is a negative part. So if someone has a good perception, then that's when you can bring in the other thing that you have said.
Oh wait, when I perceive something to be hard, I mean it might be different from my attitude towards it.
Yes.
So,
So the two things are different.
yes.
Perception and attitude.
Okay.
So that's why I said poor perception and poor attitude.
Okay. Okay.
So on poor perception, someone may be what he had earlier on from his colleagues, it could be his parents, it could be from the society, the community in this, where he lives or
True.
where she lives. So that one is enough to corrupt their brains. They come within the subject knowing that it is hard already.
Okay.
And so they do not give it more time. So I do think that that poor perception can also bring out the bias in them, and so it causes the anxiety.
All right, I get you now. I get you. Okay, so elaborate more about the attitude part of it.
The attitude.
Yes.
You know that attitude calculates, if you calculate attitude, it counts to 100%. So if someone has a poor attitude towards...
Which measure do you use to calculate attitude? I'm learning.
There are very many calculations that we can do, and you find that it arrives you to 100%.
Okay, let's
So-
not go into calculations.
so-
To make people to fear
Yeah.
again science here. Okay.
So the poor attitude, you find that if students, they like right now, students might have the poor attitude towards science. And so you find they do not give it more of their time, because of the poor attitude that they had maybe from their early experiences. So you find they have developed poor attitude. And in so doing, that one also has an effect on their performance.
Okay.
So that's why you end up, and when they fail, it gives again a bad picture to their followers or to their successors. So along the way, you find it has become a routine of poor perception, of poor attitude towards chemistry, which is not the case. So watch out for the solutions up next. They will be coming.
They'll be coming. All right, about attitude,
Mm.
there's something which crossed my mind when you were trying to put more light about it. You see, this attitude is I can say, actually it affects the affection of the learner or the student towards that subject. You see, when you have a poor attitude, or actually attitude can be either bad or good, negative or positive. When somebody has a negative attitude towards something, even that, when the chemistry teacher comes with to stand in front of the class, the student switches off because they already have a negative attitude towards chemistry.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Actually, at times some students have a negative attitude towards the teacher who is presenting chemistry to them.
Yes.
And they transfer that to the
subject
subject,
itself.
which is very bad. Because really, what I really know is when somebody is presenting that subject, they are not the chemistry.
Yes.
Another teacher will come in and they will be nice to you and really fall with that. Yes, so you talked about the second point. I didn't.
Okay, the third point could be the relevancy.
Second or third? Oh,
The
right.
third, yeah.
You had
The first
merged it
one-
as poor perception
poor
and
perception and
attitude.
poor attitude. Then we
Yes.
have poor teaching, like teacher-centered approaches.
You break it down to our viewers.
So teacher-centered approaches, that's where a teacher
Mm.
takes over the whole class, like he does each and everything, or she does each and everything for the students. So the students do not own the chemistry, the students do not own the science. So in so doing, it creates like a space between them and the subject, and so they do not give it more time. So that is the teacher-centered approach.
That's what you're trying to put up. Actually, our viewers, we are not owning this discussion.
Yes,
Feel free to comment in the comment box and give us some views you might be having, those which are crossing your mind about this science. Is it science anxiety, this topic of ours,
yes,
which we are trying to digest? Okay. Go on.
Okay. So for us to change that, to cater for the psychomotor part of the students, so it should be better that we make it more student-centered. We make it more student-centered than teacher-centered, so that we include the students themselves.
Wait.
Because whatever we touch and feel, we usually remember, but whatever we hear, we usually forget. So I do think if we make it more of learner-centered than teacher-centered, then it has an effect that it will bring a positive effect on the anxiety.
Wait, tutor Eliza. Now I'm in a chemistry class.
Yeah.
Or probably a practical lesson.
Yes.
If I give these students to mix the chemicals, maybe they are testing for cations.
Yes.
Don't you think it is bringing more fear to them? How
No.
does it drive away the fear?
No, you become a facilitator.
Okay.
In the practical, like a practical session.
Yes.
You become a facilitator.
All right.
In so doing, you'll just be guiding them with instructions. Guide them. But when in the beginning, it could cause fear to them. But as they go on doing it, they feel attached to it and they understand it more. So I do think if we make it student-centered, it will eliminate the anxiety.
All right, I see it, but it is 50-50.
No,
It shouldn't be 100%. You see,
yes,
some students will fear even to touch their apparatus. You present to them those test tubes. Yeah? It becomes hard. So maybe the teacher must come in and try to give instructions and leave the students to work on their own and gain that confidence.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. There is also another point, which is relevancy of the subject content to real life situation, of like you relating chemistry concepts and the practical bit of chemistry to real life situations. How is it of help to them? So when they attach meaning, they attach more meaning when they find the concept applies to their daily life. So when we make science concepts more clear and more practical to them in their real situations, it also changes the anxiety of the students.
All right. By the way, when you talk about that, I come in and there's something which crossed my mind. Yes, when these students really get to know that what you are teaching is relevant and they can use it to solve some of their personal problems home, I mean, they get that attachment towards the subject. And the subject becomes, actually, they start to be like feeling the chemistry. Yes. You see, chemistry is all around.
Yeah.
When you're teaching, you try to tell these people that even
lovely.
the Vaseline they are applying on their faces, it is as a product of chemistry, right?
The soap they use every day is chemistry.
It's chemistry. So when you are presenting this chemistry, try to show, as maybe you are teaching is a topic. Sorry, actually talking about saponification, the process of making soap. I try to show these students that really the mana mujimu you are using, the geisha you are using, is as a product of this process. So make them feel feel like they should know this process.
Okay.
Yes, I like that point very well.
Okay.
Maybe another point.
Yes, sir.
I think another point I can add on that is abstract terms. You see, some teachers are very funny.
Yes.
The teacher comes, the first day they are introducing the topic, they go ahead and they just break down the topic. I mean, let me say we are talking about bonding and structure. May I start saying that in the bonding of sodium chloride, you find that electron, but the student doesn't know like the electrons.
Yeah.
I don't know what is. I mean, they don't know what it means for them to. Okay, they don't know the meaning of electrons. One, they don't know the term bonding. Okay, what I'm trying to drive here is like when you're to introduce a topic, try to bring for us the terms which you think they are abstract and define them to these students.
Okay.
If there is need, you can bring textbooks maybe and show them how an electron looks like, what is it, this process of bonding, okay? Not just starting from out of air. Actually, it so comes when we have calculations.
Yes.
Also, you are calculating
Mole
empirical
concept.
formula
Mole
in
concept.
the mole concept.
Yes.
You just come and all the way start bumping on the board like, the student will fear. Feel them to be engaged. Let them feel engaged. You bring them on the line you are, okay?
Yes.
Let them be at the same pace. Then you follow through. Story by story, you develop that actually flow,
Yes,
the rhythm
Yeah.
of chemistry. It goes step by step.
Okay.
I think there we shall be there.
Indeed.
Yes. So
Yeah.
actually one of the causes is just bringing abstract terms in science and just throw them to students when you are dealing with a certain topic without breaking them down to these really students.
Wow, it's been a great discussion. We think that you have been following the discussion, and we shall be grateful to see your comments, and whatever that you'll comment, we shall take notice of it. So thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe to the channels Amazing Science TV. Click the notification button.
Yes.
And you'll be getting the notifications of the uploads of chemistry tutorials on this channel.
Alright, also feel free to check out my content. Me, I create content of biology. My channel is called This Science International.
Wow.
It's a nice channel. So
Wow.
It's international. So when you reach there, subscribe, hit the notification.